Welcome back to Discerning the Truth. I'm SJ Akai. In our last episode, we talked about why personal Bible study matters and why you can't just depend on your pastor to feed you spiritually. Today, we're diving into the most important question anyone can ask. What is truth? You know, it's unfortunate, but everyone today seems to have their own truth. You hear it all the time. That's your truth. This is my truth. Live your truth. Speak your truth. But here's the problem with that. In reality, there is only one truth. Everything else is subjective opinion. Let me tell you about a fascinating moment in history. During Jesus' trial, Pilate asked him a crucial question. Let's listen to their conversation from John 18. Pilate asked, "So you are a king?" Jesus responded, "You say I am a king. Actually, I was born and came into the world to testify to the truth. All who love the truth recognize that what I say is true." Pilate then asked, "What is truth?" And here's the tragedy. Pilate didn't wait for an answer. What is the problem with relative truth? Imagine if a court of law accepted that truth is relative. Which standard would they use to deliver their judgment? They can't. That's why we have laws. Laws form the standard for establishing what's a crime and what's not. But here's the difference. Human laws change. What was illegal yesterday might be legal today. But God's laws, they remain the same yesterday, today, and forever. You don't want to build your life on a foundation that's constantly shifting, do you? So what is truth? In John 14:6, Jesus said to him, "I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." Not a truth, not one of many truths. The truth. Jesus is the truth. Who he is, what he did, what he taught. This is the sum total of our reality. This is our truth. And it is the only faithful, unchanging truth. Listen, his identity cannot be altered or modified to fit your beliefs. You don't get to customize Jesus like you customize your coffee order. Here's what Jesus told those who believed in him in John 8:31-32. So Jesus said to the Jews who had believed him, "If you abide in my word, you are truly my disciples, and you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." Truth is liberating. Imagine being lost in a forest, wandering for days. Then someone shows you the path home. That's what truth does. It liberates you from darkness, confusion, and deception. One characteristic of truth, you can challenge it. Truth isn't afraid to clarify itself. Truth welcomes questions. Take note of this warning sign. When a preacher doesn't want to be challenged over their teachings, that's a red flag. Real truth can stand up to scrutiny. Here's something that might surprise you. The danger we face as believers today is not the enemy outside, but the enemy within. Paul warned Timothy in 1 Timothy 4:1. Now the Spirit expressly says that in later times some will depart from the faith by devoting themselves to deceitful spirits and teachings of demons. We are in the last days, friends. And as a truly saved believer, you have the responsibility of studying the word for yourself and double-checking the teachings you receive. Jude tells us in verse 20, "But you, beloved, building yourselves up in your most holy faith and praying in the Holy Spirit, keep yourselves in the love of God." That's what this series is all about. Helping you build yourself up, helping you learn to distinguish truth from falsehood. In our next episode, we're going to get intensely practical. We're going to talk about the impact of truth and how to detect false teachings that have become so traditional in churches that people don't even question them anymore. And I'm going to share some shocking examples of false prophecies that fooled thousands of believers. This is SJ Akai reminding you, no Jesus, no truth. No Jesus, no truth.